I'm Sue Miller, Chair of Oregon's Early Learning Council. Today, we're providing an introduction to Raise Up Oregon, a statewide early learning system plan. This plan was first published in 2019 as a to-do list for public agencies to follow that would help build a broad range of supports for families with babies, toddlers, preschoolers, up to age 5. We are now revising that plan. I and other members of the Early Learning Council are delighted to orient you to the draft of the new plan. Raise Up Oregon is grounded in the science of child development, equity, and the firm understanding that it takes leaders from early care and education, public education, health, higher education, housing, and human services, together with families, communities, and the public and private sectors to work together during this critical period of children's lives. While there are so many levels of the early learning system, from the individual child and their family to the community they are a part of, Raise Up Oregon is a state systems approach. We invite you to give your feedback on this plan, thinking about what families with young children prenatal to 5 years old want from the state. Your input is invaluable, and I hope that you will take time to provide feedback to us. To provide your feedback, you can fill out our online form or email comments or make a short video. Instructions for all of these ways of submitting comment are on this website. We will be using all of the feedback to create a final plan that will guide the state's early childhood work for the next few years. I am joined today by several members of the Early Learning Council in this overview of the draft of the next version of Raise Up Oregon. You will be hearing from Callie Ladd-Thorne, Chief Executive Officer of the Children's Institute, George Mendoza, Superintendent of LeGrand School District, and Katie Brooks, President and CEO of the Bend Chamber of Commerce. Raise Up Oregon's vision is that all of Oregon's young children, prenatal to 5, experience an early start that results in positive health, education, and life outcomes, regardless of the child's zip code, race, and family income. The plan has 3 big goals. First, that the early childhood system is equitable, integrated, scaled, and family-centered. We want public agencies to work together and collaborate on projects that will impact families with children prenatal to 5. We want to make sure that families who have been underserved are well served by Oregon. Second, that all families with young children in Oregon are supported to ensure their well-being. This means that families have access to programs that support their overall wellness, so they don't have to worry about meeting basic needs like housing and food. Parents and families are able to focus on raising a happy and healthy kid. Third, we want all children to be thriving in early childhood and beyond. Children's individual health and education needs are met, setting them up for a secure future. Raise Up Oregon has 6 key principles that inform the entire plan. The first principle focuses on equity and inclusion so that the early childhood system embeds racial, economic, and geographic equity and inclusion. The second principle focuses on the whole child, nested in the child's family and community. By whole child, we mean all parts of children's growth and development. Their physical, social, emotional, language, and cognitive development. This principle provides for building a system that addresses the whole context within their family and community and is respectful to people. The third principle recognizes the critical role of community and family decision-making in the early childhood system. The fourth principle focuses on accountability for all of those who are working together to have a positive impact on young children and their families. The fifth principle is around access that is both affordable to families and equitable to services that are responsive to the needs of young children and their families. And finally, the sixth principle focuses on high quality in the implementation of the early learning system and the need to continuously improve. Thank you so much for your interest in Raise Up Oregon.